Most people after 27 years would have given up. But this guy is really persistent. He didn't, and we're really grateful for that. So we're here because as the founder of this project, Jeff kept going. He kept, no matter what obstacle was put in his way, 34 county hearings and lots of opposition and funding challenges and COVID and lots of things, but he just kept going. And we're all so grateful that he did, and we're here today because of his commitment to his daughter and to this project. So he's going to say a few words now.
Thank you. Hi, Elizabeth. Thank you for making this happen, honey. Love you. So anyway, thank you for all coming. We had a lot more people coming than we had expected. There's, I don't know, it looks like about 400 people here. And you have to realize this is my community. I look around and I know 90% of you guys, all right? And the way it is to build here in the coast is very difficult, as you know. What happens when we had 34 public hearings to get to where we were. You had some people who were against projects, maybe 10 people, but they had 10 people, we had 100. They had 12 people, we had 120 people, and we sustained that for the whole thing. I'm going to thank you, community, for making this happen. Yeah. Now, before I get into a long list of thanks, it won't be too long. I want to talk to all of our residents. I'm looking at, I don't know, Sawyer, Clarity, Elizabeth, Joey, Will. I'm looking around Sarah. I can't get you all. You're all here. But now, this is something that we did for you. And this is your place now. You have to make this your place. You have to, in many ways, take the reins and create your own community with each other. You have to learn to get along with people. You have to learn to, if you can't love your neighbor, you respect your neighbor. And don't ask us what to do all the time. You have to come forward, and you have to take the bull by the horns, and you have to carry this on. And hopefully your parents have taught you well. And speaking of the families, it's the families that have had this vision. It's inscrutable how this happens. And this is sort of a mystic, organic process, this whole thing. Somehow we met each other. We had families who had shared needs. We subordinated everything towards our kids. I don't think we fought one time. We fought a lot, but we haven't fought about politics or religion because that didn't matter. Everything we were trying to do transcended, which is really just minor things in life. And we worked together, and we had fights. We made it happen, right? Lastly, in Dayton, Dayton and I have a special relationship in arguing points. But we always get along. We always figure it out. And he's a more calm-headed guy than I am. So, families, I want to thank you for what you've done. You've jumped on board. You swallowed this hook, line, and sinker. You drank the Kool-Aid. You put your money in. You put your time in, thousands and thousands of hours. That doesn't normally happen. And I want to thank you for that. I want to go back and thank two special friends, my friends of our family, Steve and Jamie Barber. It was 107 years ago, last century, that we started this project. Steve came to me and said, "Hey, this is this property down there." And we said, "Yeah, let's go look at it." And he goes, "Why don't we buy it?" I go, "Sure, why not?" And people told us, "You can't build there, you can't do this. There's wetlands, there's environmental problems. They won't let you build." On and on and on. We just laughed and we said, "No, we'll get by it, no problem." It was a problem, but it did end up working out. There's probably 3 times, I think, in this whole process that we really came this close to folding our cards. I remember one time, this was about 10 years ago, and something egregiously horrible had happened at some meeting. And I felt bad. I said, I can't subject these families to my dream anymore. And I said, look, guys, we're going to get your money back that you put in and your time. And I don't want you to have to do this anymore. And they all came to me and said, no, we want this place built. We don't want our money back. We want this place built. And that happened like 3 different times. And with all the families and the participants and what's most important in our life, always took over, and we kept moving forward. There's about 4 people I want to mention, more than that, but who were there from the beginning, back in the Stone Age when we started this, and they're still here today. There's Kim Gaines. She was there in the beginning. You had Steve St. Marie. He was there. Thank you, guys. You had Scott Holmes. And you had Joey Sales, our golden shovel man. Yeah. And I just wanted to insert something real quick here. When you're talking about Riley, Leslie, you talk about Riley, this takes a lot on your children. My son, where's Zach? My son, although he and I started Special Olympics basketball down here 26 years ago, he got tired of hearing about big wave. He got tired of me coming home and looking dejected and like I'd been through a grinder. But you stuck with it, Zach, because you love your sister, and thank you very much. I want to thank him. We've also we met a lot of beautiful people on the way. We took it to one level. Some people disappeared. Some people stayed. We added some more. But each time we added people, there were about 3 or 4 tranches like that. Each time we added people, we brought more skill sets. We got stronger. We got more professional. I had taken it as far as I could, and the cavalry came in. It was slow over 10 years, but they came in. And now we're a much stronger organization now, financially, directionally, organizationally, how we're going to operate this thing. We know what we're doing. We have a group I don't really get along with usually is bean counters and accountants. We have the best in the world. And if it wasn't for them, I would have probably spent all the money before we even got this thing open. So thank you guys for coming here. I really appreciate it. I remember John Hinton told me once, he was looking at the past records, and he says, you know something, Jeff? It looks like you just saw that you wanted to do something. You went and did it and spent the money. No budget or anything else. I go, yeah, John, you're right. But now we have a lot of great financial oversight now. We really appreciate that. So we added amazing people along the way, amazing organizations. I met One Step Beyond in 2016. I met the founder who started a great program in Arizona and moved campuses here, Mimi Rogers. And we got to know them. And that was back in 2016. I think we met at Special Olympics swimming. They're here today. I want you to talk to them, and you can hear about their day program, a culinary program that they created, which nothing surpasses this. The potential of this program is just amazing. So I want to thank One Step Beyond. And one other thing along the way. You know how you always want to find scapegoats for your failure. I know how many times I used to say, that damn county. That damn state. The Coastal Commission. If it wasn't for them, we'd be floating in Cloud 9 somewhere up, and it'd be done, and everything would be wonderful. But I learned a lot of humility. I learned a lot of understanding of what they had to deal with. Do you know that after 34 public hearings, I don't know how many votes from the Board of Supervisors, they voted for our project unanimously every time. The people deride staff. The staff that I met and became friends, Camille Leung, where are you? Steve Monowitz. Camille's somewhere. She's way in the back hiding, okay? Because she's not supposed to be friends with evil developers. But she was wonderful, and she's still working with us. So I'm going to thank the county for that. And before I introduce Swenson, I'll be done soon here, guys. I want to go back to the beginning of this project with Steve and Jamie Barber. And I think about 3 weeks ago, I was sitting around talking to Steve and Jamie. I was in their kitchen, and we were, Steve just turned 80 years old, by the way. He's still out here digging holes for us. But anyway, so I was sitting there and talking to them, and I says, Jamie, why did you stick with this all this time? You don't even have a child who's going to be living here. Why did you do this? How did you do it? And Jamie said, because we love Elizabeth. We love Elizabeth. And there's a lot of love happening in this project, and it's just amazing. And there's a lot of people who have adopted people to love, have adopted people to be their adoption is an amazing thing. And we've had so many people who have provided so much love. And then I said, Steve, how did you do it? He goes, Jeff, I dig holes. And I go, well, that's nice, Steve. He goes, I dig holes, he said. And then it dawned on me. There's something mythically symbolic about digging holes. It really is. I mean, we talk about having a strong foundation. You have a strong foundation for a building you build. Swenson knows about that. You have a strong foundation for relationships. You have a strong foundation for businesses. And everybody thinks if you have a strong foundation, everything's going to work well. But you know, there's something that happens before that foundation. It's something more primordial. It's something more elemental. It's somewhere in our DNA, and it prepares the way for a strong future. It's the foundation to the foundation. That's what Steve provided with Big Wave. And just yesterday, he was pulling out a pole. We finally got PG&E to disconnect the temporary electricity. Steve's out there yesterday pulling that pole out because he didn't want you all to see a pole standing. Which was in a hole that he dug, by the way. Just so you know that. And there's one thing I think Elizabeth and probably Emmy and other people that are facing this way. In the future, it's going to be early in the morning. It's going to be dark. It's going to be misty. It's going to be 3 a.m. in the morning. And you're going to hear a sound, Elizabeth, Emmy. You're going to hear the sound. You're going to look out the window. This is 40 years from now. I'll be gone. Everybody here will be gone, but our residents. And you're going to look at, you're going to see this ghostly, smoky figure and a sound of a backhoe in the distance. And that's going to be Steve Barber.